Now, Ukraine is facing a critical ammunition shortage in its war against Russia. Among the stockpiles running low are the 155mm gun rounds that have emerged as the key offensive punch for the Ukrainians. Now, Zelensky says the world is not producing enough weapons to beat Russia. During a press meet in Davos, the Ukrainian president stated that the combined output of the entire world's military-industrial complex is not enough to maintain Kyiv's fight. Zelensky said, and I quote him here, "The production of all firms that make 155 caliber artillery shells is not enough to supply the artillery war in Ukraine." He added, "There is no sufficient production volume in the world today, as in the case of artillery, that is sufficient for the Ukrainian army to withstand the war with Russia." Now, Ukraine's allies have launched an artillery coalition to boost depleted supplies. On Thursday, a new 23-nation effort was agreed upon at a meeting in Paris as Russia claimed its forces had taken a village near the hard-fought city of Bakhmut in eastern Ukraine. Now, the United States and other NATO members have sent billions of dollars worth of weapons and equipment into Ukraine to help it fight back against Russia. But for many of the smaller NATO countries and even some of the larger ones, the war has strained already depleted weapons stockpiles. Some allies sent all their reserves, Soviet-era weaponry, and are now waiting for US replacements. They face a dilemma. Should they keep sending their stocks of weapons to Ukraine and potentially increase their own vulnerability to Russian attack? Or should they hold back what's left to protect their homeland, risking the possibility that makes a Russian victory in Ukraine more likely? It is a tough calculation. But on the other hand, Russia has increasingly tapped its Cold War arsenals, deploying tanks dating to the 1950s to replenish its early losses. Such old weapons can still transform well. In fact, they can perform well. Russia has thousands of tanks and put many of them to use as stationary weapons in their defensive lines, including the Zaporizhia region, where they proved effective. Moscow has been successful in repeatedly hitting Ukrainian military depots. Russia has stopped using battalion-sized tactical groups it deployed early in the war and shifted to smaller units. Russian engineers have shown prowess in building field fortifications and complex obstacles along the front line. The obstacles include concrete reinforced trenches and command bunkers, wire entanglements, ditches, anti-tank hedgehogs or dragon's teeth, and complex minefields. Improved Russian electronic warfare systems have destroyed about 10,000 Ukrainian drones a month, while they've also been able to intercept and decrypt Ukrainian tactical communications in real time. Russians also have learned to intercept GPS-guided rockets fired by Western-supplied launchers like the US-made HIMARS. Other Russian improvements include better thermal camouflage for tanks and nimbler deployment of artillery into multiple positions, including integration with drones to avoid losses. Russian forces have also been attacking Ukrainian artillery with loitering munitions, drones that hover until they acquire a target.